I will feel a lot of pain even when I will stand to walk afterwards.
Kwanza kabla ya kujua ile kitu imemtendekea, alianza kuugua kama ameshikwa na ugonjwa wa ngozi, akampeleka hospitali nyingi, baadaye ndio alijulikana kuna STD.
Hello and welcome to Family Matters. Today we continue with last week's topic where we were looking at a story of a young girl who have been molested by the father for about 9 years. It all started when she was about between 8 and 9 years of age. Now, according to the response that we got from our viewers, we felt that it was important for us to educate the public and get to talk more about this topic. And that's why today in studio, I'm joined by a panelist who will help us understand almost all aspects whereby we can be able to tackle this kind of issues whenever they come up in society. And so I will first allow my panelists to introduce themselves before we get the ball rolling. So maybe we start with you.
Hello viewers, my name is Tim Dalton Maora. I do work for the Center for Rights, Education and Awareness, which is an NGO that advocates for human rights for women and children in society.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Uimana Donatien, and I'm a pastor in Good News Mission. And also, as a pastor, we normally meet many people who need some spiritual guidance, and I'm very thankful today to be also part of this, discussions. Yeah.
Thank you, and welcome both of you to the studio. Now, just to start, we saw this story that we are dealing with this week. And these are cases that mostly happen, but rarely do we have a situation where the victims or people close to the victims are able to come out and speak out on the problems that they are going through. And especially when it comes to the case like the one we are dealing with today, where it involves a member of the armed forces, of which in our society there is this phobia, and people tend to have this feeling that, if you go against or offend these members of the armed forces, they are people who have access to, very lethal weapons like guns. And so if they tend to threaten us, then we don't actually have the courage to come out and speak in whichever case. Maybe to pick it from that, I would just like to start with Tim. You are a lawyer, you have been championing for the rights of children and women, and especially on cases related like the one we are discussing today. Yes. Maybe you can just give us, just to get the ball rolling, just your experience when you work such cases as you go through them.
Okay, thank you very much, Tim. I think it's very alarming and quite shocking at looking at the number of cases to do with sexual violence in the society in terms of the rampant increase. And when you talk about according protection to each and every ordinary citizen in Kenya, which is lacking because of the intensity pertaining to the increase of sexual violence. And this then creates a particular picture in the society of then how can we be able to ensure that people are able to live in an accorded dignity and integrity pertaining to their sexual rights, pertaining to their bodily dignity and integrity, and ensuring their accorded proper safety and protection in society. I think, again, looking at the kind of clips and noting in mind that security agents are guided by policies, are guided even by the law in terms of maintaining law and order, in terms of protecting ordinary citizens and property, and many other things. But it's, again, unfortunate to be able to see how one would become a perpetrator, because the thing that you're seeking protection from this particular security agent, security department, security personnel, then ends up, again, becoming somebody who is a perpetrator towards sexual violence. In my work and in my profession as a lawyer, I do encounter a number of cases of this kind, and one of the things that you tend to find is that premised on referral of cases that come to my attention, there's really been lacking a system of trying to see how even clients, young girls and women, trying to open up pertaining to cases of sexual violence by security agents, security personnel.
I'm a victim of sexual molestation by my own biological father. It all started when I was 8 years old and I was a class 3 pupil.
And we all know for a fact some of the reasons that procure this, because when you look at the caliber of security agents, one would feel intimidated to be able to reveal, provide identity and information that is very relevant towards one accessing justice.
Pastor, also this time, as we join this topic, it is very important. It is an issue that comes back to the morals in our society. And in many cases, when you talk about morals, we are coming back to what we all know as spirituality, because behind every moral, you know, be it Muslim or, you know, Christian, Buddhist, there's that spirituality, that religion. Maybe you can just tell us, as a servant of God, as a minister, some of the factors that contribute to people, you know, turning against their own, and especially like a case here where we have a father turning against his own biological daughter.
Yeah, in fact, as you are putting it up, you know, the society, you know, is becoming more and more corrupt. Spiritually, morally, you know, it's becoming corrupt, and this is an alarming case. Normally, you know, we normally think, now this is my father, he loves me, this is my mother, he loves me, and you know, those are the people actually I should trust the most as I'm, you know, coming into this world. But now, these are the people who are turning against you. And this is this proves actually the word of God, you know, about the heart of man. The Bible clearly puts it and says that the heart of man is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it, you know? We normally thought, these are cases of the Bible, you know the case of Lot with his daughters, and, you know, the daughters made him to be drunk and he slept with them, and, you know, he got children with the daughters. We know such stories that are there in the Bible. So that means what? The heart of man has ever been evil and dirty. But now, sort of, you know, people are becoming more and more, you know, abnormal when it comes to that. And there are issues which actually we are not, we would not hear those before, either because people were like saying, how can I say this? But as people get to be emancipated, they also get a chance to reveal the things that are taking place in their lives, especially the things that we can call even shameful. You know. So to me, it's not, the reason is not anything else other than the heart of man, which is deceitful. Even though he's my father, he's deceitful and dirty as well, and evil. Though he's my mother, he's dirty and evil and dirty as well. Though she's my daughter or my son, also they are evil and deceitful. So that's why you find out that, you know, people actually, they do many evil things. And, you know, some of the things remain hidden, but others also become open, like such a case. And I'm very sure such cases, most of them, they are hidden, you know, especially when it becomes to sexual, you know, abuse and sexual, like, kind of sin-related problems, you know. People tend not to reveal such things because they look like as if they are taboo. And there used to be taboo in the community, even I believe, you know. Also today, there seems to be taboo still. So a child will always feel, you know, uncomfortable to speak out what happened with him and the parents, you know. Also, the parents will always feel awkward to speak out, even though such cases actually normally they leak out from third parties, you know, because people in the family mainly they don't want to speak out. The people who are involved directly, you know, If, for example, the case is between a daughter and a father, like in this particular case, most probably you can hear it from maybe the mother who's becoming now suspicious. She said, I don't know why these things are taking place like this and that.
Let's look at the legal avenues or aspect of all this. We do understand that in Kenya right now we have what is called the Sexual Offense Act. Now, if maybe Tim, you can just give us a recap and maybe explain to us how beneficial is the Constitution, or what areas that the current Constitution that we have in Kenya support in cases like the one we are handling today?
Okay. First and foremost, I'm happy to say that Kenya is actually even ahead within the East African countries, having passed and developed a legal framework to be able to create a platform, to be able to create a guide towards necessitating and facilitating access to justice, like for this young one girl. In addition to the new constitutional dispensation in terms of the legal framework, we promulgated our constitution on the 27th of August 2010, and it brought a lot of gains for us. And I'm very, very excited and happy as a result of having the constitution, because for one, it's able to identify personality in respect to protection. We have a vast, broad Bill of Rights, the chapter on the Bill of Rights, that is able to accord us the necessary protection in respect to our inherent rights. You know, one of the interesting things that comes about is that as much as we have this constitution, the constitution is just a platform to facilitate us towards recognizing our rights.
Sure.
But our rights are not even granted or given by the state. Our rights are actually inherent. They are God-given as a result of being born as a human being. Now, the Sexual Offences Act, for which I'm happy and I can smile to the same, because I was privy to the formation and the development of the Sexual Offences Act in 2006, when we developed a civil society organization